Hey, amazing fans! Welcome to another relaxing moment with VIVA'S Stories. Before we dive into the drama, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support means the world to us. Now, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and let's journey into the story together. Lagos, Thursday, 7:43 a.m. Tomiwa Akande stood in front of the tinted glass doors of Onwudo and Associates, the largest law firm in Victoria Island. For 10 seconds, she did nothing but stare at her reflection. Black suit. No-nonsense bun. Minimal makeup. Zero distractions. Her face, calm and professional on the outside, betrayed nothing of the storm that had churned within her for weeks. Today, it would either all fall apart or begin again. She pushed open the doors. The firm's reception buzzed like a newsroom. Phones rang, heels clicked, junior associates rushed across polished marble floors with files bigger than their heads. But everyone stopped when Tomiwa passed. Not because she was loud. Tomiwa never needed to be. It was her silence. Her aura. The kind that said, I can take you apart with a smile and still be polite about it. She was, after all, the rising star at the firm. Handpicked by barrister Zikora Onwudo himself. Everyone knew she was next in line for partnership. But that morning things felt tough. As she approached her glass-walled office, her assistant, Bimbo, intercepted her with a file. Good morning, ma. Barrister Zikora wants you in the conference room. Immediately. Tomiwa frowned. No briefing. Bimbo hesitated. He said, the file will speak for itself. Tomiwa took it. Heavy. Sealed in red. Confidential. She opened it as she walked, her heels clicking like a metronome. Then she froze. Client, Jidenna Obi. Charges, corporate manslaughter. Criminal negligence. Wrongful death. Her breath caught in her throat. It couldn't be. Jidenna Obi. The name was a wound. One that had never truly healed. 7 years ago, they'd been law school sweethearts. Almost engaged. Almost inseparable. Almost happy. Until he left. No explanation. Just a note and a headline 2 months later. Tech prodigy Jidenna Obi raises $50 million in Silicon Valley. He never looked back. And now he was her client? Conference room. 8:02 a.m. Barrister Zikora sat at the head of the table, silver-haired, eyes sharp like a hawk scanning for prey. Tomiwa entered with the confidence of a soldier on shaky legs. You're late, he said. I was reading. He smirked. Good. You'll need that brain of yours. This case could bury us. Or make us. Tomiwa sat opposite him. Why me? You're the only one with enough discipline to defend someone the media already wants to crucify. Besides, he leaned back, folding his hands, you have history with Jidenna Obi. Her eyes flickered. That's not in the file. I don't need a file to know what haunts my protégés. She swallowed. Do you believe he's guilty? Zikora smiled coldly. I believe he's rich. That's what matters. She closed the file and stood. When do I meet him? Now, he said, rising. He's in my private room. Private chamber, 8:10 a.m. When the door opened, time tripped. Jidenna Obi looked exactly the same, yet completely different. Older. Sharper jaw. Finer suits. But his eyes, those coffee-black eyes, still held that reckless warmth that once made her believe the world could be kind. Tomiwa, he said softly. She didn't reply. She walked in, placed her bag on the chair, and sat down. We're here for business, she said. Let's act like it. He nodded, not offended. Of course. I need the best. They told me you are. She opened her laptop. Tell me everything from the top. He hesitated. You're really not going to ask why I left? No. You don't care. I didn't say that. I said we're here for business. The pause. His fingers tightened around the armrest. Fair. He leaned forward. A child died. My company's AI-driven vehicle malfunctioned. It wasn't supposed to be on the street that day. Someone overrode the protocol. Was it you? He met her eyes. No. Then who? I don't know. But someone wants to see me rot. Tomiwa's fingers hovered over her keyboard. Then let's make sure they don't win. Later that day, rooftop of the firm. Tomiwa stood by the ledge, sipping weak office coffee. Bimbo joined her. So, he's that Jidenna? Tomiwa didn't respond. He looks like heartbreak with good skin. She gave a faint smile. He was. Bimbo hesitated. You okay? No. But I will be. The wind blew past them, carrying the scent of danger, nostalgia, and something Tomiwa couldn't name. She wasn't just defending a client. She was defending her history. Tomiwa dives into case files, interviewing engineers and board members at Jidenna's tech company. She begins to uncover anomalies, data logs erased, test results falsified. During a tense deposition, a junior software engineer nervously reveals that a senior executive bypassed the company's safety checks the night of the crash. Meanwhile, Jidenna grows frustrated. He wants to tell her everything, even the parts that might destroy his public image. But Tomiwa reminds him, I'm your lawyer, not your therapist. In private, she still wrestles with feelings, anger, betrayal, buried affection. Barrister Sakura warns her not to get personal. But something in his tone suggests he has his own agenda. Amara Ezianya enters the picture with paparazzi flair. Smart, beautiful, and venomously polished, she's Jidenna's former flame and the PR head for his company. At a crisis meeting, Amara downplays the legal case and suggests settling quietly to preserve investor confidence. Tomiwa isn't having it. The two women clash subtly but intensely. Amara makes it clear, Jidenna may be Tomiwa's client, but he still belongs to her world. That night, Jidenna and Tomiwa have a drink in his office. Tension brews. They almost kiss. Tomiwa pulls away, whispering, I've made enough mistakes because of you already. Tomiwa receives a call from her father, Pastor Favor Akande, for the first time in 6 years. He's now a respected pastor running for Senate and wants to meet. During a strained reunion, he warns her to step away from the case. This man will drag you back into shadows I fought to bring you out of, he says cryptically. Tomiwa senses political pressure but doesn't yet know the depth. Meanwhile, Sakura's behavior grows colder. He tells Tomiwa that if she loses the case, she loses her chance at partnership. In court, Tomiwa dissects a key witness with surgical skill, impressing everyone, even her enemies. But Sakura is quietly gathering intel on her past, questioning her loyalty. Jidenna provides her with a flash drive containing internal communications, proof someone from inside the company rigged the test vehicle. The footage is powerful, but if presented, it could implicate top investors and turn the case into a political scandal. Tomiwa is now a threat not just to the court, but to powerful people outside it. Sakura leaks an old paper Tomiwa wrote in law school, an essay advocating for AI regulation, citing Jidenna's early software as an example of corporate recklessness. The media picks it up. Headlines explode. Lawyer attacking her own client? Jidenna feels betrayed. Were you always planning to bury me in the courtroom? He asks. Tomiwa is devastated. She didn't leak the paper. Amara did. At a pretrial hearing, Jidenna and Tomiwa argue outside the courtroom. He confesses his love, loud enough to be caught on a journalist's live mic. The video goes viral. Twitter erupts. The public is divided. Some call it unethical. Others call it passionate. The judge warns Tomiwa, one more incident and she's off the case. But the damage is done. Her professional world is crumbling, and her personal feelings are bleeding through. Tomiwa finds out her father once accepted a bribe from a corporation linked to Jidenna's rival. The same man trying to tank Jidenna's reputation now funds Pastor Favor's Senate campaign. She confronts her father. He tells her, you don't understand how the world works. Justice without influence is just a whisper. Tomiwa faces an impossible choice: expose her father to save Jidenna, or protect her family and lose the case. Tomiwa shocks the courtroom with a risky closing argument. She puts her reputation on the line, revealing the conspiracy without naming her father, but hinting strongly enough to shake the prosecution's foundation. The jury deliberates. Hours later, Jidenna is acquitted. Outside, cameras flash. Reporters shout. But Tomiwa doesn't celebrate. She's resigned from the firm. Zikora is under investigation for professional misconduct. Months later, Tomiwa opens her own small law practice, focused on tech victims and digital justice. At her first public conference, Jidenna walks in, this time not as a client, but as her investor. They speak only once on stage. What's this new firm called? Justice and Grace. You always did mix law with heart. They smile. Cameras flash. Love remains unspoken, but undeniably alive. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell for newly created content.